Hello and welcome, this is Melskinner, and we're back with some more of the Beast and Exploration DLC for Battle Brothers. Let's go ahead and take a look at what this contract is. A man fleecing his sheep looks over to you, the runt wriggling around. I should just eat this little bastard. Look at her go. Quit it, would you? He elbows the beast and it bleats, cursing back with as much sapience as the sheep can muster. The man looks up at you again. Say, you're the sellsword everyone's been talking about. I should probably tell you, I guess I will, that, Honk the Guildmaster has been looking for you. The sheep jumps in an attempted escape, but the man slams her down. You little git, I'm gonna milk your tits dry if you try that again. All ears. Okay. Our servant bids you wait for Honk the Guildmaster, who he says will be right with you. And so you wait. And wait, and wait. And finally, as you're about to leave for the second time, Honk the Guildmaster throws open the doors and rushes towards you. Who's this again? The mercenary? His assistant nods, and Hank the Guildmaster sets on a smile. Oh, most fortuitous to have you in Rheinberg, good captain. It is imperative that some precious commodities of mine reach Earlstad as safely and quickly as possible. You are precisely who I need, for no common brigand would dare attack you and your men. Yes, I'd like to hire you for escort. Make sure the items are delivered to Randolph the Wise. No detours, of course. Can we come to an understanding? How many grants are we talking about? Okay, 1170. We need to be paid more. He says no. These guys almost never give me more money. All right, I accept your offer. 2 days to the south. At this point, I'd be alright with traveling, so I'm just going to go ahead and accept the contract. Because there's not really anything else here that we want, except for maybe something from the Fletcher, but we probably really can't afford it. Because the thing we would want would be the next level of bow, or a crossbow, which would be a war bow, which we can't afford, or a heavy crossbow, which we can't afford. So that kind of locks that down. Other things that we may want here would be tools, which are cheap, so we will pick up all of them. Arrows are also cheap, so we will pick all of those up. And we could probably wait until the next town to get food. Food's kind of, I mean, it's not cheap per se, but it's acceptable. But hey, we got good supplies, so that's fine. Alright, so I think we've done more or less everything. Let's go ahead and just check people over. So we have a thief here, but he's not high level, so I'm not going to bother with him. You know what? I should actually take a little bit carefuler look at the different types of people. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we can leave now. Ooh, let's see. Earlstad, where are you? 2 days to south. Yeah, okay, so it's all the way down on the bottom. All right. Well, we'll go there, and we can stop along the way anywhere we want to stop. Problem is, I don't get paid until I get there, so money-making efforts are going to pretty much be contained to what we can scavenge from those we kill. But hey, it's a life. Let's just double check we don't have anything we need to do. All the injured are in the reserve. Okay. But I am going to look to get maybe 1 or 2 more men so that we have more reserve. Hopefully higher level, but they don't necessarily have to be if they are of jobs that I may find interesting. There's some jobs that actually, let's do a rundown of what we've got. So I have a mason, a farmer. I probably have a few farmers. I have a gravedigger. It's good to have a variety because you get a lot of event things. We have another mason. That's one of your companions that you start with. Farmer. We had a couple of houndmasters. Bowyer. There's a couple events you can do with them. Companion. A miller. Farmer. Companion. Poacher. And the retired soldier. I don't know what the guy that died was. I thought we had an apprentice. Maybe he was one, or maybe the other guy that we had that died was one as well. So, who knows? How are we doing from injury standpoint? Still injured. These guys are kind of recently injured, and they're somewhat bad injuries, so... This one in particular I expect to take a while, yeah. Alright. Let's go to Torvstad, see what's here. I don't think we stopped... Did we stop here before? We did, except they had raided. Okay, the raid has gone away, so we don't have that effect. We can take a look at the weaponsmith, but I don't think we can afford anything at the moment. This is one of the new weapons in the game. It's pretty interesting. I have used it in my other playthrough. It has a new effect. I forget exactly what it's called, but it's like you like concuss people if you hit them with it, and then you can stun them as per normal with a mace type weapon. And it also staggers them when you attack them. So it's pretty interesting from that standpoint. But as far as weapons that are here, honestly, the only thing that I would probably want would be a fighting axe, but I don't know if that actually plays into any of our abilities per se, so I think we can move on. Eventually, I think I may want to get a throwing spear. I think that would be especially effective against skeletons. I might as well take a look at the men here. So, peddler, poacher... Nah, nothing really interesting here. But you can tell a lot about characters based off of what their background job is. I mean, there's some, like the apprentice gets a better experience. I think the masons do as well, but the apprentice I think is even more so in that regard. Oh, for some reason that took a while to load. So just as an example, plus 5% experience gain. I believe apprentices are plus 10. I think there's other things that can happen with apprentices as well. Apprentices can be good to pick up because I think they can be trained by a number of other professions. Let's stop here if it doesn't become nightfall before we do. There's kennel here. I mean, we can take a look at it, but I think we're already full up on dogs. Yeah, so we don't need any more. It's good that the prices are decent. All right, let's go ahead and take a look here. So imagine that, there's a bunch of Houndmasters here. And a Deserter. Now, I don't know, like, I don't really have all of the different backgrounds memorized, but I would imagine that a Deserter is going to have, well, it says, receives a martial training, but usually aren't equal to put in it to use. So they're going to have bad resolve. And we may have events that relate to them being a Deserter as well, so... Let's see how food is here. Okay, pretty cheap. It's cheaper than where it was before, so I'll buy one. Just kind of keep us afloat with food. But we have a decent amount of food, so I'm not too worried about it. But yeah, we're probably going to look for people that have a lot more experience, for one, considering how far we are in the game. Which is what I tried to do with the Retired Soldier. Obviously, the problem with the Retired Soldier is, physically speaking, from a health and fatigue standpoint, he's a little behind the curve. But not too bad in the other regards. Do we want to stop here? Because it is dawn. I mean, it's a little off the beaten path. I mean, as much as I would be interested to stop here because there is an armorer, I can't afford anything anyway, so we might as well just move on. It helps if you follow the road. We will stop in Winburg because it's on the way. Why not? What does Winburg have? It has an armorer as well. But again, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford anything, because I have to pay my men along the trip. I have to pay for supplies and things. We're in a pretty good spot for supplies. Ammunition is going to be plentiful for a while, so I don't have to worry about that as much. Okay, we have a faction mission. Nothing else really going on here. Let's just... One thing about big towns, well, I was going to say they tend to have more goods, but in this case, this doesn't really have much better than the other place. I mean, it's different things. Yeah, I mean, we've got another leather scale armor. We might pick that up on the way back. It's got quite a bit of an upmark on it, though. So yeah, I don't think it's really worth it buying things here. So we probably should just move on. Okay, so to get to Earlstad, we want to just keep moving here. Now, if I remember correctly, this faction's not all that big, and we could be doing faction missions with them. But again, I want to go back up north, and I want to get better equipment. But we are at a point where I'm going to need more level ups, though, for that to really be a thing, because we kind of maxed most of everybody out. Really, where we need improvement, there we have some brigands. I may ignore them unless they specifically attack me. I don't want to deal with the marksman if I can avoid it. How are we doing on health? There we go. So we want to replace Hans, yes? Yeah. Oh, and our crossbowman's better as well. And we're gonna replace this guy. Okay, looking good. Go ahead and sort a little bit here. We still have like a lot of junk that I probably should sell. Like I should sell this. I mean, why do I still have this around? These are easy to find. They're not that expensive. So I just need to get rid of stuff that is really not useful to me anymore. The only reason I have it around is because I do plan to hire a couple people. And, you know, depending. I want to get to Erzberg before nightfall. You can do it, you can do it, you can do it. Yay, alright. Unfortunately, they have a lot of bad things going on right now. A warehouse burned down, people are missing, and abducted children. So there's probably not going to be a lot of people here to hire, and indeed there is not. So we will be moving on. I'm not even going to bother trying to buy things here. I guess we could sell the thing as you just talked about selling. Sell that for a whole 1 gold. I'll keep this around just in case somebody we hire would need it. Because it's not very fatiguing, and if they're not that high level, I mean, we don't really have that much level gear anymore in case of things like that, so yeah, I'll just move on. Okay, Earlstad's off to the east here. We'll use the night to get there. We'll probably stop off at some of these other locations, maybe, as well. Like, I might stop off here just to see who's... No, don't go to the mountains. Just to see if there's anybody worth hiring. I mean, there's a training hall. Maybe that improves the quality of people you can get. Oh, hello. I think we should take this fight. Mostly because we don't want this thing to mess up the town. And we'll be helping the militia, so this could be a dangerous fight. I can't take it lightly. Because of the nature of these creatures that I'm not sure I'm going to try and pronounce. We can do a 2-step here and then wait. We're probably ways away from the fight. That actually makes it more dangerous. I don't know how familiar, like, I think I've fought these guys before. I'm not positive on that, but as far as how they work, if they eat dead bodies, they get more powerful, and if they're able to destroy this militia, that could be bad for us. Because normally these guys are not that tough, although coming into a fight with them, you don't know what level they're going to start at. They may not necessarily be the lowest level coming in. Okay, there they are. So that's their low-level form. And in that form, they're easy. Their highest level form is extremely dangerous and frightens the crap out of me if I had to if I ever have to face them in that form. And because these militia are kind of low level, the bad guys may be able to kill them and eat their bodies. So if there's any bodies out there, we have to protect them like they're gold, more or less. Okay, we're not in range of shooting, so we might as well just move forward. So that's a big strategy of fighting these things, is when there's a body, you put your guys on top of the corpses so that they can't get to them to eat them. So far, all the ones I've seen are low level. Yeah, that's not looking good. He almost bled out there. Oh, you just stood still? Oh, you held your turn. Okay. Well, these guys have all gone. They tend to act like... See, there is an example of their higher level. So that's like level 2. I think this is like level 3. I think there's one level beyond that, perhaps. Not positive of that. Good, they killed a level 2. But this guy might come over and eat that, and that's bad. Also, when they eat the corpses, they heal themselves. So that's another reason why you have to be a little careful. You guys are just running away and leaving me to the fight? So our hope is that this guy goes over and eats that corpse. Yeah, he'd get his health back, but he'd beat this guy to it. Oh no, he's gonna go soon. I don't think we're gonna be in range, so I'm just gonna move full up. Full move here. We need to get into the fight before they can eat too many corpses. They'll probably come at me. Okay. But you're gonna be there. I guess it's alright if we move up one more. So we have to be prepared to step on a couple corpses here. I can't do anything about this. These guys have allowed that to more or less happen. We could go and tie the one up. I don't think there's necessarily an advantage to do that, though, so we'll just hang back. Okay, so he must have already used his action points. So they're just leaving this guy to die. You guys aren't very good friends. What are you doing? Protect me! That guy's so dead. Well, hey, at least you calmed him down, right? Dead. The damage one, I think, is going to eat that corpse. Yeah, see, he leveled up and healthed up. We should be able to beat this guy, though, to initiative. And we might be able to sit on that corpse. Okay, that one's down. I don't have a shot, so I'm just going to hold. 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 We might as well move here. We don't know what this thing is going to do yet. If it comes at me, we need to be prepared for it. So I'm going to hold because I kind of want to shoot it with my crossbow if it does come. Okay, so they're ignoring me. So that's actually a good thing. That means that they're not doing anything with the corpses that are down here. So we could probably protect them. That's a problem. If the militia actually is a little bit more aggressive here, it won't be a problem, but we might need to come up and put bodies on this guy. The thing is, I don't know if he's the high level thing, and if that's the case, we want to hold back, and I'm kind of afraid that's the highest level. So I'm gonna wait again until I know what the militia is gonna do. All right, let's move up and try and kill this thing. Okay, we want to get on the corpses here so they don't get them. So, I messed that up, but it's good. The game caught me. Good. Okay, they're standing on the corpse, so that's perfect. The other thing is these guys do have morale, so check a javelin here. All right, good. We're standing on all the corpses, so they're gonna have to kill somebody to get a corpse. Not a whole lot we can do at the moment. Matter of fact, let's step over this way. Because we want to allow our guys, the polearm guys, to get in here, or at least one of them to get in there. And kind of shift over. Not moving up much, but I'm just trying to be cautious here. I don't really have a good shot, so I'm just going to move up. Alright. We are at a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video, so I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.